I've been murdered. You got me good.
I had a feeling.
This is turning out to be a hell of an evening. You can't turn a lion into a rabbit. At the end of the day, I am Dorinda Medley. I've been murdered. I think in a weird way, I have to think of it as a compliment because obviously someone was fearful of me calling them out.
I think before the show started, I said I would be the first one out, and I gotta say I'm pretty proud of myself. I was the second one. There are some positives. The castle's cool, you get to wear cool clothes.
My plan initially was to be, less reactive. Believe me, if you've seen me on Housewife, that was nothing. So I was less reactive. You know when a housewife's in the room. There's a lot of charisma there. There's an imaginary red carpet that flows out, and there's kind of a strut that takes place, and they're like, the housewives are here!
I did not stick to my plan. The thing that got me banished was, as like an ex-radio host, it's really hard for me to shut the hell up.
This is like nothing else you can imagine. You can't even really prepare for it. I think a few things that I underestimated, the survivors and those people from the other games, it's a very different animal. Someone like Tony could make it far. So I think he's someone that probably the traitors are gonna have to maybe murder.
When we got into the round table, Tony was like, you look up and to the right. I was like, what is that? What? I'm thinking, can you, as a cop, convict somebody for looking up and to the right, guy? Like, no, you can't. It was really hurtful, the people that were accusing me, because I thought that I was close with them. Also, my natural reaction, and maybe this is a downfall, is to be combative and to get angry.
I think some of the quieter players will last longer, but they're not gonna make it to the end. Gabby's quiet. I was surprised Nikki's quite quiet and reserved.
I liked Ian a lot. Ian is the most wonderful person I've ever met in my entire life, excluding my wife. I think that she'll make it to the end, despite of herself. But she has no idea what's happening in this game, and it's so funny.
Who I suspect, by the way they reacted when the blindfold came off, Nikki, who kind of looked like she kind of got a game face on, like she was ready to wrestle. And Wells. I definitely knew it wasn't Tom Sandoval. He was the same person with the blindfold on and with the blindfold off.
Well, I think Robin's a traitor, and I'm pretty sure Sam's a traitor. With Sam, when we had our first roundtable where Alan picks the traitors, and we're like, okay, so who do you think it is? And Sam's like, whoa, 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 guys, let's not call people traitors. The game we're playing is guessing who the traitors are. I'm gonna feel really stupid if it's totally not who I think it is.
Are you ready to find out who the traitors are?
Ooh, I have no idea that was gonna happen.
I've been so, I know who it is. I don't want to do this if I'm wrong. I want to leave if I'm wrong.
I don't even know what I'm feeling. For some reason, I feel like crying. Why?
No whammies.
Whoever is in here is afraid of me. Let's open it up. Get out. Danielle, you voted me off? She just read it like someone that was just trying to get to know the game, which may be her strength. And someone that seemed like a little bit, and I love you, Danielle, but a little bit complaining. She has really kept her cover tight, and she's doing everything to not be perceived as a traitor. Which I gotta tell you something, Danielle, you are good.
Danielle, that blows my mind, because she was sitting next to me. I did think that I heard Alan stop right next to me. I remember going like that and thinking he just touched someone's shoulder. I did not expect Danielle. And she cried one night, which maybe I was like, why are you crying if you're not a faithful? Yeah, she's got strengths.
And Carolyn? Come on now. Who the hell's Carolyn? I just don't put that name with her. She's more of a rock star's wife, Star, Aurora.
And Carolyn, I had a feeling about Carolyn. Caroline's just unhinged. When she saw Boston Rob for the first time, she was like, oh my God, oh, it's Boston Rob. I was like, is that Matt McConaughey over there? She's just kind of off the wall.
And Bob, the beautiful, wonderful, cozy, friendly, protective Bob? I was making plans with Bob.
Bob the drag queen. I had a total feeling because I was really trying to be friends with Bob the drag queen. He was just very standoffish to me. Someone not liking me isn't reason for them to be a traitor, right? I'm sure I'm not everyone's cup of tea. He accused me the entire night, and then at the end he was like, I don't think it's you, and then voted for somebody else. Bob, I think people are gonna be onto you pretty quickly because of how hard you went at me last night, but good playing, buddy.
First of all, I can't believe these are the 3 traitors. I talked to these 3 a lot, very openly and very honestly. So they probably thought, ooh, she's a little bit too curious. But I'm gonna tell you something, you made a mistake because I would have never figured you guys out. I would have never have guessed that. Never! These 3 could have walked out in 3 cloaks, like in front of me. But like, no, come on, go put those cloaks away. You gotta go find the real traitors.
I thought I was gonna be so good at this game. Apparently I wasn't. Stick to bartending. That's what I've learned.
We have another surprise for you. You're gonna meet the banished person.
This is turning out to be a hell of an evening. I hope it's not Bob Harper, Dolores. Who do I want it to be? Ivar. The banished person is here. Come join me.
Hey!
Oh no! I would have never guessed.
Really?
Banished.
I would never have guessed that you were gonna be murdered.
Yeah, but I got it all wrong.
I did too. And I was sure that I was right.
Who was the most surprising to you? I'll tell you who was most surprising to me.
Danielle.
Me too.
Really?
She just seemed like so kind of, I don't care if I go home, and I'm like, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. I'll protect you.
Needless to say, you're getting murdered. Here's gonna be Bob's downfall. He is the ringleader at the round table.
So if he's being too verbal, that could be his downfall. Because if you notice, Carolyn and Danielle, they're almost like, where are we? What's going on? Like, who, wait, what? We're in Scotland? So if I were to do it over again, I would not confide in anyone. Like, I'm too much of a blabbermouth.
That was my problem. I can't stop talking. I think the only way that our murder and banishment are connected is you were the loudest person, and I might be like the second loudest person.
It's true.
You know what's so funny about you is after the mission, and you came back very heated, everyone thought that you were a traitor.
Really?
And then the next morning, we were all sitting there in the breakfast room being like, of course she's coming back. And when you didn't come back, everyone was flabbergasted.
Really? I think I was too verbal.
That's what everyone thought. It was that Ivor killed you because you guys got into an argument. And poor Ivor got a bunch of votes last night because of that.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Good.
yeah.
So I'm having some after effect. I love that.
Yeah.
And I don't regret saying what I said to Ivor. You know, I don't do well with condescending people.
And that poshy British accent doesn't help either.
Then my housewife came out.
Ivor's days are numbered.
If anything, I turned a lot of women against him.
100%.
I thought you were a traitor.
You did?
Yeah. I felt like when you took your mask off, like a veil went down.
Yeah, of course I did. I went from I know everyone's a faithful to
Who's that?
who do I think is a, you know, and then being a little more guarded.
The fact that Tom Sandoval is still there and we're not.
I know.
That's
What does that say about us?
No, that's really bad.
I know.
Literally, I'm gonna go back to New York and people are gonna be like, what do you want for breakfast? I'm gonna be like, who would know? I feel better about the whole process because I thought it was just me, but it's good to know that like normal, wonderful, kind people can feel nuts.
Yeah, and also be bad at this game.
It'd be terrible.